Welcome to our tutorial about what are databases. We're going to be learning a lot about databases in this course, and we need to get some general information under our belts. What is a database anyway? It's basically a storage of information. Most databases are structured in some logical way. Most databases give you a way to search, retrieve, change, and group information, and so on. Many types of databases exist. There's Access, SQL Server, then there's Oracle, and so on. But you can also use something as simple as Notepad to store information. For example, if your customer wants to store simple information like name, address, product IDs, orders, etc., you can do this in a simple text file. But the problem with this approach is that you end up with a file that looks something like this. It soon becomes hard to understand what's even in the file, let alone to manage it. Well, it's a lot easier to store and manage data when it's stored in tables. The table is a fundamental database object. Here I'm showing you an example of a table. Tables contain columns and rows. A column, also known as a field, stores categories of information. My fields contain customer ID, name, last name, address, city, state, zip code, and so on. The records are known as rows, and they store the information. We've got one special column called Customer ID. This column will store a number that uniquely identifies each record. In other words, this number will identify the records. This number is often referred to as a primary key. I'll be speaking a lot about primary keys in this course. Here's a second database table. It consists of product name, price, date of sale. We've also got order ID, and that's the primary key for each sale. Notice how we've got an extra column here called Customer ID. Because this table also contains Customer ID, we're able to link these two tables together, and what we have now is called a relational database. The logic behind this idea works like this. You can put the customer information and the product order in the same table, of course, but what if your customer orders 2, 3, 4, or 5 products? The table just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Later on, your customer returns for repeat purchases, resulting in further clogging of your table. Well, with 2 tables, life becomes a lot easier. You use the primary key, in the red color on my diagrams here, to identify each specific record. The order table also contains the customer ID. It's the same column as in the customer table. But for the order table, customer ID is called a foreign key. The foreign key concept is what allows us to link the 2 tables together. And that's how we've ended up with a relational database. With this important definition under our belts, we are ready to move on to our next tutorial, where we're going to learn about connecting to databases. By the time you finish watching this course, you're going to know a lot about working with relational databases.